Greetings, free thinkers. Welcome to the Hodcast. How are you doing today? Now, I'd swear to you, I wake up in a good mood, but something always happens to piss me off and just ruin my day. And one of those days is today. Sorry for cussing, but today is a cussing day. Now, we're going to watch some footage from Nigel Farage. He took it himself in the English channel, in which you're going to see the British Immigration Service, the Coast Guard, the Navy, and of course the French, because the French always stab people in the back, especially us. And these groups and these organisations are acting as essentially subservient partners to gangs of human traffickers who are sending illegal migrants over to the United Kingdom with 100% reward, 0% risk. So we're going to watch this video from Nigel Farage and analyse it and just pick it apart, not on Nigel Farage's behalf, not to damage Nigel Farage, because he's in the right, as you're going to see, but this has to be seen. This has to be seen, and it has to be seen by a lot of people. So please, if you can, share this video far and wide. And if you haven't yet, please consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the notification bell if you think that I have earned your subscription, because people need to see this. So without further ado, let's get into the video. But the numbers of males and females will even out, and this creates a balance. This creates order, because life can only flourish with balance and order, okay? Bringing far too many young military age men into a particular country and out of a plethora of other countries, because it's not just one country these people are coming from. If you were to look on a map and draw arrows where the people are coming from and the people are going to, you would find that many countries across North Africa, Sub-Saharan Africa and the Middle East all have arrows, and they are all pointing directly to Britain. And those are all military age men, okay? It is creating an imbalance. And what do we see? Grooming gangs rise up. We see types of crimes in the United Kingdom we just didn't see before. Types of crimes we'd dealt with, we'd gotten rid of in the Dark Ages or the Middle Ages. Okay, these seem to make recurrences. And the current pandemic aside, but things like syphilis and TB, these things are making a resurgence. We'd gotten rid of them. I haven't been vaccinated against TB. I refuse to take the vaccine. And lo and behold, now we have people with TB. Okay? Not only that, the second point, which is related, is the fact that whilst you and I are expected to shelter in place, wearing our masks and our gloves and the rest of it, don't you ever stop for a moment and ask yourself if you're being a fool. If you're being a puppet on a string. Don't you ever ask yourself that? Whilst you're locked in your own home, like as if you're in a bunker, a nuclear bunker. Meanwhile, there's people all crammed onto that boat, and many more like them every day, and they're being escorted to the country. They are being escorted. As you saw Farage say, this is a search and rescue mission. It shouldn't be a search and rescue mission. It should be an impounding mission, and it's going to get worse. If you think that's bad, watch what you're about to see now. So what he's describing there is a changeover. The boats are being escorted by the French from France, where they should have claimed asylum under international law. They are then being escorted into international waters, then into British waters or English waters, where they'll be picked up. Less from the French. France is a country that is doomed, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but I'm just being honest with you. France is a country that is heading for a partition. This has been known since the days of Jacques Chirac's premiership. If you can't remember who he is, when I first started to get into politics, he was the French president at the time, during the era of Tony Blair and George Bush Jr. Okay, so around the Iraq War days. He was the French premier, and he knew since then that France is heading for a partition. Because while France is busy acting like a ferry and a taxi service for illegal migrants who come from God knows where and have God knows what intentions, France right now, and during the time you saw of the video that you're watching of what was filmed by Nigel Farage, at that very moment Paris is on fire in the so-called no-go zone areas, and this is their priority. Doesn't it make you wonder? Doesn't it frighten you? Doesn't it anger you that Western nations could be led by people who are so out of touch with reality? Okay, so you got the truth from Nigel Farage, who's not a mainstream media stooge. He only has allegiance to his own country, which is an entirely honourable cause. Now we are on ITV News. Okay, so this is ITV News, dated yesterday on their website. Now this is as mainstream media gets. These people have a narrative that needs to be filled to fool you, and we're going to watch their take on this, and I'm going to highlight to you the subtleties that they use. So let's start straight from the beginning. Okay,
young children among them.
Now
22 migrants, young children among them.
There's no proof of that. They show you no proof. In fact, their video is suspiciously low quality in terms of not being able to see the faces of the people present. You saw in the Nigel Farage footage, they were all adult men. Hey, maybe these are those 16-year-old, 15-year-old, 6-foot tall, bearded men with the AK-47s tattooed on their necks. Let's continue. The reason why they say that to you, the reason why they say to you that there's children aboard when they don't prove to you that there's children aboard, is it's a subtle emotional cue. It's designed to cue an emotional response in your heart that they wouldn't do for anyone else. They certainly wouldn't do it for you.
Bailing water mid-channel and in serious danger.
They're in no danger at all, because like we've just seen from Nigel Farage, and I haven't watched this footage, okay? I haven't seen this footage, so I'm watching it new with you. But it's funny how they leave out the cuts of the British vessels and the French vessels, the Coast Guards. Isn't that amazing? You could say it's fake news.
First to reach the dinghy was a boat hired by Nigel Farage to film French Border Force boats.
He's willfully lying to you, because we know, we've just seen from the footage, that Nigel Farage was not the first person to reach the boats. The Navy were, the Border Force, they're acting like taxis for them. This is fake news.
And allowing them to enter British waters.
Look, I think if we hadn't found them, and had it been longer until the lifeboat had got there, they might not be here.
Nigel Farage says the video captured by his cameraman today shows French Border Force officials escorting migrants into British waters.
We have given the French tens of millions of pounds to stop the dinghies from coming. And yet, here's the truth, I saw it with my own eyes today. A big French naval vessel escorting a small inflatable dinghy out of French waters into British waters and then handing them over directly to the Border Force. Now that is outrageous.
The Farage drama comes as
So, where are the children here? Tell me. This is a closer look here. It appears like we might have a single woman. There. And maybe another one.
Comes as migrant crossings.
The Farage drama, he just referred to it. This isn't Farage drama. This is serious stuff, and as you, mainstream media, you should be on this. You should be trying to hold these people to account if you was as unbiased as you like to claim you are, but you're not, because you have a narrative, and to you, your narrative and ideology is king.
Surge.
We have.
They're not unaccompanied children. They're adults. We know they abuse this system because they say that they're 15 years old because they have to be given the benefit of the doubt. They have to be. They're given the benefit of the doubt just in case they're telling the truth. And they get marked down as unaccompanied adults. They know how to game the system. They are gaming the system.
Officers in France, we are using drones, we are using helicopters, we are using night vision goggles, you name it, we are using it. The issue that we have.
The issue that you have is you're using 1,001 different things to observe these people and 0 to push them back.
To be very frank about this, is the amount of beach space that is being patrolled, it is vast in France.
Today, Border Force at Dover intercepted their first boat carrying 6 migrants at 6 a.m. An hour later, a second boat carrying 8. So that's 6 migrants on board the first boat, which arrived here at 7 o'clock this morning, 8 on board.
He looks and sounds like a robot. There's no life in him. It's something else you see with mainstream media types. There's just nothing, there's no zest to them anymore. Not like journalists used to have.
The second boat and the Dover lifeboat and the Border Force cutter are currently intercepting a group of boats mid-channel.
He looks drunk.
There are unaccompanied children in Calais. The British government is well aware of that. My organisation and a number of other refugee charities are calling for those children to be given.
Do not give this woman's organisation a penny. Don't do it.
Safe and legal passage to the UK. That would stop this overnight.
No, it wouldn't. You don't want it to stop. Your organisation relies on it.
And it's in all our interests to regularise arrivals and to make sure that people arrive. We know when they're arriving, we know who's coming, and we're able to ensure that they are health checked and looked after on arrival.
We need to look after our own citizens. Charity starts at home. The thing is, when does all this stop? The reason why in this current pandemic we have been so badly affected here in the United Kingdom is because we are one of the most densely populated countries on planet Earth. When does it stop? When does this merry-go-round stop? And we say we've done enough for people who hate us. Let's start doing something for ourselves. Let's start playing the game again. Anyway, that's enough of that. Why don't you let me know what you guys think in the comment sections below. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell and share this video if you think I've earned your subscription, because that helps me stay competitive with the big multinational corporations that YouTube is unfortunately choosing to prioritise. I hope you learned something new today. I hope you're not as pissed off as I am. Thank you for watching and goodbye.